In this video, I'm showing photos that I took while on a road trip with my friends. We started in Wyoming, riding a very famous full pipe, and finished in Montana at Glacier National Park. The way the trip started, there were 4 of us leaving Colorado, and we're meeting up with 2 of our other mates in Boise, Idaho. And the route we took us through the bottom of Wyoming. I remember being on the road with Rob, and he was like, "Oh, there's a full pipe like 20 minutes off this road." And I said, "Oh yeah, sick." And he showed me his phone, and I was looking at the photo of him riding, and I was like, "Oh, this would be like super sick, like, you know, being from Australia, not knowing when I'm ever going to be in Wyoming, like this part of Wyoming." Next minute, we're in this paddock, driving down this dirt road. You pull up, and probably 100 meters from like this big rectangle entrance to the full pipe. Again, we weren't sure if it was even rideable, but we made a detour. Spots like that, you have to really give them a clean and put in a bit of work before you can actually ride them or do anything on them. And as soon as we got into the entrance, you could see that it had been dry for a little while. Felt us like, "Oh dude, we're actually going to get to ride this spot, like no cleaning is needed or nothing." Like, we just lucked out. It was super sick. I think when you ride spots like that, for lack of a better term, are like once in a lifetime spots or whatever, just like getting your tires on it just like gives you a sense of fulfillment. Like, don't really have to do anything too crazy. Just doing some carves or doing like, you know, a tailwhip bear or something on it is like super sick, just because it's a spot not many people get to ride. Just something I think about quite a lot. So once we were riding the full pipe, we drove 6 more hours passing Salt Lake City, where we hopped out of the car for a 20-minute leg stretch to almost like Florida, sort of reminded me of Florida anyway, type spot. Just like reeds and stuff everywhere, and just like this boardwalk that seemed endless. So the next morning, we're on a bit of a time crunch. Picked the 2 mates up from Idaho that I mentioned earlier. But Rob, he said, "Oh, we're like 20 minutes from," we're always 20 minutes from, but yeah, we're 20 minutes from these sick waterfalls. And being like that we'd been driving for so long with just plains and nothing else, I was like, "Oh, this can't be like that crazy." Didn't even look them up or nothing, but Rob's like, "Yeah, let's go have a look." As we were driving towards the waterfall, this canyon sort of started opening up next to the road, and next minute we're driving down like around this big canyon, and you sort of pull up, and then there's this big viewing deck with like these amazing waterfalls. Like, I actually couldn't believe it. After shooting about 1,000 photos, we wrapped up and we pretty much put the foot down to get to Boise. Once we picked the fellas up, we rode a few parks. Didn't really film at the Boise park because that was like an ice rink, but we went to this park in Ketchum. We all got a couple clips or whatever, shot a bunch of photos, and we just went and swam for the afternoon. Now I do want to add that there are a lot more riding clips than what I'm showing in this video. I actually put a whole 7-minute video together for the FTE channel. It's linked below. So we're still in Idaho and we're back on the road and we're just trying to make our way to Missoula, Montana. So we're still following this route that was sort of pre-planned, but we didn't expect there to be like these sand dunes sort of close to where we were, and there were just buggies and motorbikes everywhere. And instead of just standing at the edge, my friend Tyler and I, we sort of ran across trying to dodge these things just because we wanted to get to the top of one of the dunes just to shoot a photo. We did make it, and like it was so worth it, like so sick. Very dangerous though, because you couldn't see like over the next dune if a car was coming in. Sort of slowly made our way to the foot of Teton National Park. So we spent the night after the day of the dunes and riding the skate park in the actual national park. We rented this tent, super sick, and then we were like, all right, this morning we're just going to spend our time around these super famous barns that have been photographed a million times. So after spending the morning at the Tetons, drove through Yellowstone. I didn't actually shoot too much in there. We did see a grizzly. Was probably panicking more than thinking about shooting a photo. After a full-on couple of days, we sort of reached the end of our road trip at Glacier National Park. And I think this was one of those places for me where I was like, oh, I've seen like so many photos of this, but I don't think I'll ever go there. And then, yeah, there we were, sort of rushing creek past us and looking up, dead set breaking our necks, looking up at these just big jagged peaks. That's it, road trip from from Colorado through Wyoming, Idaho, and finishing in Glacier National Park. I hope you did make it this far. If you did, thank you for watching. It's truly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.